Hello, everybody. Welcome or welcome back to the Talk Podcast. Grab yourself a coffee. Excuse me, I'm sorry there might be some background noise out here because the windows are open, and I just enjoy it. It's raining a bit, and there's just something so relaxing about the sound of rain. So I'm gonna leave the window open for a bit. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, I want to introduce a clip that I found on YouTube, and the topic that they're having is something that I would have on my topics on my podcast. Very interesting. I definitely enjoy topics like this, and I want to bring this question to you guys. So first, to give more understanding, we have to look at the clip, and then I'll share more to it.
Back like 50 years ago, people could buy houses. They were happy to stay at home and raise children. Like, they were happy to do more traditional things because that was the norm. Yeah. Social media now makes it look like I could be out here living this life and you could be doing XYZ, and people are automatically like, oh, I don't want what I have at home. Look,
it's not good enough.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
Like, they instantly, like, the grass isn't always greener, but people are always like scrolling and thinking like, oh, well, look, I could get, that's my size, I could get that. Like, and I don't know, I feel like it has a hand. Always chasing the better thing.
Yeah,
like,
but it's like, what is that?
Who do you think has changed more, men or women, though?
Women.
Women
have changed more.
Men have changed, but who do you think's changed more? Because, like, really and truly, if you think about it, like, a lot of the things that men do is to impress and attract women, innit? So if society's gone a certain way, that's probably got a lot to do with what women are doing or what they believe to be valuable or them kind of things. And like what you were saying with the social media, I think that a lot of times women are looking at like Instagram or TikTok and thinking, oh yeah, I want to live this Instagram explore page lifestyle now. And then guys are going to break their neck. Oh, I can't afford to do this. And it just makes it stressful for everyone.
Because I do feel sorry for some men because the standards are too high.
It's mad.
Yeah, it's just like you shouldn't expect that much off men.
But it's the same with what you said as well. A lot of women are upset now or depressed because they're single. And their own requirements are keeping them single. That's what I think.
I don't think every woman in the world is unhappy to be single.
Not every, but a lot.
No, a lot. A lot of people are happy to be single.
Go on TikTok and look. Do your research. I do this.
No, but people, I feel like women, a lot of women.
So now you guys have seen quite a long snippet of the clip that I found on YouTube. And there are some points that I just kind of noted down some of them I would like to address. So one thing that I don't want to talk about because it's going to be so devastating, right, is purchasing of a home. In modern times, in our times, people my age, even those a bit older, we all understand, especially when you live in Europe, right, how expensive it is to be a house owner. So let's not go there. Let's just skip that topic and all be sad about that reality. The need to compare yourself on social media as something that I picked out of the First Lady talking. And I will say already, I've talked about this, there is so much truth to it. Like, really, there was this reaction that I made to some other YouTube clip, right? And the question in that setting was, would you give up Instagram for your dream relationship? Like, would you just delete the app? You don't want to keep sharing everything, every tiny bit of your private life to, perhaps if that was a wish, you leave that to get what you want. All the women, maybe apart from one, were like, "Oh my God, no! I'm not gonna leave my social media. I could never." And they had so many different reasons alleged why they wouldn't do it. But at the end, it all came down to the attention and the validation that they are getting on social media. And you get addicted. You get addicted to that. So that already is such a simple take for me. And if you want to add to it, to the perspective or to the topic of, is that a reason why women are having it more difficult nowadays in life, why they're turning more sad, more lonely, more depressed. And actually, I'm giving that out to the audience. Do you believe that? Is that something you would say, yes, I can see that being true? I didn't live back then. I cannot use it as a, I mean, obviously there are numbers, there are stats, there are, kind of written down, their stories. There's, you can talk to your parents, you can talk to older people. There is some kind of idea to that, right? But I cannot pretend and sit here for myself to say, I know for a fact how it was. Yet I do believe that nowadays, with all the opportunities and all the technology and all the social stuff that we have going on, social media, whatnot, and all this connecting and everything's going so fast, I believe that in general, we are more lonely than ever before, right? So, giving that people in general are just, more on their own, everyone is just so caught up with themselves, even friendships, right? So it's easy for me to say I agree, or I would believe that nowadays women are having it a bit, more harder. They're more sad. They could fall into depression very easy. And it's not going to be only the relationship aspect, but to be very honest, I think that has a big play to everything, right? It's not just, oh my God, I don't have a boyfriend, or oh my God, I'm not married. It's just everything is perhaps the fear of the future that could sink in. It's perhaps not having children. It's perhaps, all these things. So I could see that being true. Um, the idea or the question when he said, who do you think has become more difficult or more like has changed more nowadays and compared to back then, women or men? And there are two women in this conversation that I think are very, clear-minded and very honest, at least for what I've seen now. And I'm sorry, but I would say there's one who kind of likes to give the answers that are suitable now, like to be kind of fit in, political correct. I don't know how you want to call it, but I do not really see her being genuine. But who knows? Maybe I'm just reaching right now. It just could be her mindset that she agrees to this and then at the same time just easily switches or whatnot. People are different. With two of these women, I see where they're coming from, and with what they're saying, I can agree to some degree, especially the first woman, that women are the ones who've changed more, right? And him saying that, in society or in life, men are actually doing everything to basically get the attention of women, right? You could see how we are the ones who are actually deciding or setting the playground for how things should develop long term. So yes, I could also agree to that. That women, we've all changed. Come on now, we've all changed. But in the aspect of how relationships are going, I would say women have changed a lot. Another thing that I would like to give out, I found that one really funny. And I'm sure it was a joke, but the thing is, with all joke, there's some truth to it, okay? When he said, women are more depressed. Come on now, do your own research. Go on TikTok. Obviously, TikTok is not the source for, factual states and numbers and whatnot, but still valid. Millions of people are on that platform day to day. Now, there is this group who are going to do anything, die and cry in front of the camera for attention. But I've seen this a lot myself, where if anyone is complaining, putting all their stuff out there, it's going to be women. Yes, there is a natural kind of thing to it that women are just more expressive, we like to be more social, we like to share more. That is definitely valid. But I'm sure men go through things as well, but they just don't feel the need to get attention, validation from it. And while doing that, still going to dismiss the fact that I'm actually suffering, I'm actually sad, because that's what happens. You go on TikTok, you see these women exposing all of their life, everything, and being so sad and disgusted about whatever situation they're sharing. And if you go to the comments and somebody comes up with a good advice or speaks out that they should maybe take a minute for themselves and or seek help, for professional help, or, just do what could be the next best step, they're going to go crazy. They don't want to hear it. They just want to sit there and be miserable.
Women are unhappy being single because people are posting that relationships are great, and I'm not saying that not everyone's relationship is great, but I know a lot of people who are posting it's great, but you've just been on the phone to me 5 minutes ago saying I'm gonna leave him. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like that's the reason women are unhappy being single, because they think that relationships are perfect.
No, they're seeing this template that they are expecting, and then they're not getting that. But also, I think the ones that are unhappy, I would say, is because that they know that they're more, I would say mostly just sad that they can't find a decent secure relationship or secure person to have a secure relationship with, and I think they would rather stay single than not find that.
Get me.
So what else I want to know is, do you think people in situationships have low self-esteem?
Depends on the situationship. Situationships and cheating is two different things. Personally, I think.
Well, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, no, so like...
Well, yeah, duh.
No, but I'm just saying, like, for instance, okay, then what class of situationship are we talking about? Because, like...
I'm talking about a situationship that you know is literally going nowhere, but you're staying in it. A situation where you're in a situationship, but you kind of know.
But you know or you don't know.
No, you know that this ain't going nowhere, but I'm still kind of there, and the guy's just like rolling with it.
So you're in this because you're waiting for the guy?
Basically, yeah.
Then I would say you have a bit of low self-esteem. Yeah, if you're willing to wait for someone to pick you, and you not knowing that you can do the picking yourself, actually, it's
So self-esteem. Like, if a dude hasn't picked a shawty straight away, he's not going to.
Yeah, ever.
Yeah, fact.
Ever? You think ever?
A guy knows. He knows quickly as well.
Well, it's the same with women as well, right? Like, we know.
No, it's true. You do know.
No, because I feel like a woman will, like, Delulu will sit there and be like, oh, but, like, maybe. Maybe.
That is true. But
one day I'll be his type. Like,
but I do agree, because sometimes I've looked at guys and I'm thinking, you know what, you're a good guy. I was like, could I love you? I've done that before, and I thought, you know what, you're a good guy, but
you're just not for me.
The standard is so low that when you meet a guy and you're just like, oh, you're a decent, normal human being.
Yeah,
I must love you. You must be the one.
You must be.
Because it's so rare. It's just so rare that it can be a bit of an illusion. I think it's an illusion when they're literally just doing the minimum of being just
and I'm like, oh my god, he texted me good morning. That's ridiculous.
No, but that is true. But I feel like that's so sad. Like,
it's so sad.
It's so sad. Like,
we're
because
just, like,
you lot create monsters.
Happy just for the
hey, you lot create monsters.
No, it's done both sides. It's done both sides, because a man.
So that's about it. You guys have seen the clip. I think I will wrap it up here. So, giving out the question, do anyone out there listening believe that, in compared to whatever time back then, women nowadays with all the opportunities are more sad, more depressed, or let's say more likely to fall into that, realm? Or also, let's add to the question, if that was to be the case, what would you think are the reasons? Could social media be, an effect or adding to that? Could it be, as he said, the host, the high expectations or the unrealistic expectations, too much to want all of it at once, making you actually sad because you're not getting it, because they're not realistic, because it's not really meaningful for the relationship, and you're focusing on something that, is really not the point. Could that be a reason? I would be interested to see what you guys think. And also, towards the end, I must be honest, there's just, I don't know, maybe I'm just judging, I'm too strict. No one is perfect, but there's just like hypocrisy to it. And the fun way we would like to play about is to say, there's some delusion, delusion. I get it. But it's kind of funny to say, I don't believe all women, or a lot of women, maybe some women would, be unhappy because they don't have a relationship, yet at the same time, most of them would rather be single instead of choosing any kind of relationship, any random relationship, yet stick around for a guy who doesn't want them. Who does that make sense? To me, it's difficult. It doesn't make sense. But unfortunately, that is part of life. These exact things happen. And I also don't agree that it goes both ways. I think women are actually more easy to fall into that pattern of sticking around, pretending to have all these standards and all these goals and all these things that they want and require, but most of the time sticking around for someone who doesn't really want you, who doesn't really value you, and you are going to waste your time. Anywho, what do I know? I hope you guys enjoy. See you in the next one. Bye.